Hello everyone, and welcome to the third installment of my Riverblossom Hills Let's Play. So last time we explored the Wan household, and before then we were at the McGregor household. And this time we are going to be with the O'Mackey household. So if you remember, when this game is shipped, there's Gabe O'Mackey and his teenage daughter Jules O'Mackey. But right now in this household we just have Gabe O'Mackey and his alien son, James O'Mackey. And I've written a little Max's style write-up to tell you what this household is all about. Once his daughter Jules left the house, Gabe threw himself into his hobbies, one of which was looking through that telescope. Will his extraterrestrial offspring fill the void in his life, or will he just get stressed out? Now, we're not actually going to start in this household per se. We're going to the other O'Mackey household, Jules O'Mackey, where she is finishing up her last year at university. We're at Sim State University, and Jules lives alone in an off-campus housing. Bright is just left over from the previous Sims that lived there, and so was the description. But Jules lives alone, and she's at the beginning of her senior year of college. So here's Jules practicing her charisma skill in the mirror. Jules' personality is, she's a little more neat than sloppy, a little more outgoing than shy, about equal in lazy and active, and a little more serious and playful, and a little more grouchy than nice. She's also fit. Now, I don't really pay much attention to interests when I play, so I'm just going to leave those out for now. They don't really factor into my play style. She has 2 points of enthusiasm for cuisine, 3 for film and lit. She is just 1 skill point away from having max enthusiasm in games. And she has 6 points in her true hobby of music and dance. Her recent memories include making the dean's list, completing junior year, meeting some people, as they always do at university. I did have her aspiration change from, I believe, popularity to knowledge, because I saw Jules going in that direction in life, much like her father. Her turn-ons are vampirism and logic, and her turn-off is stink. She doesn't have a secondary aspiration yet, because she did just switch aspirations, and we have some lifetime aspiration benefits in various other areas of her life. She also has a lot of aspiration reward points saved up. In school, she is a psych major, and she has a GPA of 4.0, and since the semester just started, she doesn't have anything in her performance bar yet. She has more than what she needs for her major in creativity and cooking. She's maxed out her logic skill, and she has at least 1 point in all other skills, so she is a very skilled sim for this point in her life. She has no talent badges. As we said before, her father is Gabe O'Mackey, who she is best friends with, best friends forever, in fact. Her mother she's estranged from is Alexandra O'Mackey, and she does have an uncle, Jason Greenman, who she also doesn't have a relationship with. Her wants right now are to graduate with honors, and that has so many aspiration points attached to it. I locked that one in, and it seems like she'll be able to do that since she already has her 4.0 GPA. She just has to keep it up. And she also, because she's a knowledge sim, of course has that be saved from death once. And her other wants are just blog about games, do research with someone, and write term paper. She fears getting on academic probation, which I don't think will happen, Jules, losing a skill point, or being rejected for a dance. Now, right now she doesn't have any romantic relationships, but she was romantically involved with one of her best friends forever, Allegra Gorey, who used to live with her and graduated just recently. She's also best friends with Jacob Martin, her ex-boyfriend from high school, and Rose Greenman, her aunt by marriage. She's also best friends with Weldon Lee, a teen from Riverblossom Hills. We should probably age him up at some point, and of course her father. And her other relationships, she doesn't really have any key relationships, although she does have one vault with Xander Roth. And in the living room here, we just have some college furniture, kind of mismatched stuff, and this like sound machine. I forget the exact thing. It's like a synth thing. We've got a little chess table and a telescope for the logically minded Sims. Upstairs, here is Jules' room, and here's Allegra's, her former roommate who moved out. What I'm going to be doing, we're just going to live out Jules' final year of her university experience at Sim State. And I do have a mod that makes the semesters shorter, so I don't know if it's going to take effect for her first semester, because I think I downloaded the mod after she completed her junior one, and sometimes it doesn't take for the very first senior semester. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll see what her senior year is like. I do want to take a quick second to show you Jules' ACR stats. I do use ACR. She has a preference towards male, but she also has a positive preference for female, shown by she still has the hots for Allegra Gori, even though Allegra just graduated and they no longer live together. Yeah, so Jules doesn't have a particular romantic interest at this point, and I don't really know who, if anyone, we're going to set her up with in the long term. And she doesn't really have any wants about anybody right now, so we're not really going to focus on that. I think that might be something she figures out after she moves back home after college and starts looking at other people. So Jules had this want to write her term paper, and we see Jules has defeated the twin demons of procrastination and distraction, finished her term paper, and she also has class in 1 hour. So we are getting closer and closer to getting her that want of graduating with honors. You know, Jules' bar for this semester is already full, and she doesn't have a lot of important ones except for graduating with honors, so I think we're going to take her out for a night on the town. Actually, we're going to have her walk to a lot, community lot, and maybe she can meet someone who might want to move into this house after she moves out. Let's look at Sim State University. Maybe the campus coffee house, that seems like a good place that she would enjoy. So Jules wound up chilling out at the campus coffee house, actually, and I was looking through her relationships panel and I actually found something really funny. So she has 2 bolts with none other than Patricia Wan, who is now, has her own family, is married to Cleo. We visited them in the last episode, but at the game start, Patricia Wan was dating her father, Gabe. So that's a little bit of an interesting thing going on there. They don't have any relationship at this point. I think they started out disliking each other and now it's kind of mellowed, but what a detail. So we're at this coffee shop, it's 1 a.m. and no one she really knew already was here. We were talking with Jared Starchild for a bit, but then he left. Oh, she's getting jittery with the coffee. So I think we're probably gonna head home. Maybe she'll call Jared later. He is kind of someone I would prefer to move in because he's already a playable sim moved into a dorm. So it wouldn't be adding anyone to the rotation or the amount of sims that we would play. Oh, she's eating a hot dog. There she goes. So I guess we're gonna have a burnt hot dog snack before she goes back home. Oh, she's so jittery. Oh, she wants to tell someone else to clean. She's really not happy that she's been cleaning so many things. So Jules is heading to her final exam for her second to last semester of college. So hopefully she will do well because she has a full bar there. Oh, some guy in a trench coat is in her way. So Jules finished the semester on the dean's list. She did very well. She got an A+, and she got a grant of 1,200 simoleons from the school. So she's made quite a bit of money. Most of the household funds are hers. So when she moves out, I'm going to make sure that she gets that money as her kind of seed money for starting her new life. The school is very generous. I wish real university and college was as generous as Sim State University. And it looks like that mod has kicked in. She just finished her exam, and even though it says 40 hours, see the bar is already halfway through her final semester, so that mod making semesters faster because university takes so long has finally kicked in. So Jules is headed in for her final exam of college, and with this mod where the semester is so short, We were not quite able to get her GPA to 4.0, but hopefully she will still graduate with honors. Crossing our fingers. And there's a llama while we wait. All right. This is so exciting. Oh my gosh. Okay. Jules finished the semester with a high enough grades to snag a spot on the coveted dean's list. Great work. She's graduated. Time to tie up loose ends, aka get someone to move in, hopefully, and maybe throw a graduation party. Jules finished the semester with a grade of A+, so she made it. She still has her 4.0 GPA down here. And as a result, she got another grant of 1,200 simoleons. And so we have 72 hours, which is kind of a long time, until she has to leave campus. So I think we can figure out somebody from Riverblossom Hills who needs to move in. And I might just do that from their side of things, because I believe I have one of the Ottomas kids that needs to move in. Look a little happier, Jules. You did a good thing. She's kind of, I don't know if she'll get a wish to do a graduation party. She might not be the kind of sim that will want that, but we'll see. So I have actually gone and moved in David Ottomas from the Ottomas family that is in Riverblossom Hills. He's going to move in here. He is currently in the second semester of his sophomore year. He has kind of a short time until the end of his sophomore year, but he's going to spend the rest of his college time in this student housing here. And we haven't gotten very far. That's one thing about this mod, is that sometimes it makes it a little difficult for Sims to do well. So David Ottomas is part of the Ottomas family from the bin, and they came with seasons, so I've always put them in Riverblossom Hills. But about him, he has a very large family, if you're not familiar with the Ottomas family. So his father is Peter, his mother is Samantha, and Dora, who is an elder at the beginning of the game, has passed away. And his siblings Charla, Tommy, Patrick, and Shelby are back in Riverblossom Hills. And he's the first one to go to college of the bunch. And we can see the one I have locked in for him is Charla going to college, his baby sister. So as far as relationships, he knows Jules, but not very well. He's best friends forever with Charla, his sister, and with his mom. He is on good terms with his brother Tommy, with his father, with his sister Shelby, and a little less good terms with his brother Patrick. That's kind of interesting. So he's an art major. He's kind of an artsy guy. He has, 7 points in creativity, and not a ton in anything else. And he needs more charisma and mechanical stat, because he is not going to get over that line where he currently is at. And he does not have any talent badges. And David has a pretty well-rounded personality. He's an Aquarius. He's a little more sloppy than neat. He's in the middle of shy and outgoing. He's a little more lazy than active. And he is a little more playful and a little more nice than serious and grouchy. And his bio from Maxis is, David tries to help as much as he can. Will his dreams of becoming a rock star get in the way of his helping at home, or will he find other distractions? So he is an art major because of his interests in doing something totally different from life in Riverblossom Hills. He's a little bit different than the ambitions of his parents. His hobby enthusiasm, he has almost full enthusiasm in arts and crafts. That is also his one true hobby. And a little bit in cuisine games and tinkering here and there. Memories is mostly about making Dean's List, meeting people, making 3 BFFs, stuff like that. He has not been romantically involved in anyone. He has just kind of done his own thing. Positive memory from inheriting money from Dora and going to college. His turn-ons are cologne and fitness, and his turn-off is glasses. And he has a few aspiration points. And, we can actually give him another aspiration benefit. I think I'll save that for when we come around to play this household again. But he just has his needs one, and he does not have a secondary aspiration. I usually don't do that while Sims are in college. So that's about it for David Ottomas in this house. I think he's going to take over this room that was Allegra's room. But what I am going to do, Jules seems to not really want to have a party. She doesn't have a wish to do that. So I am just going to get her stuff packed up from her room. I've already I use these like bowling things because each of them are 2,000 simoleons as a good way to transfer money in an inventory so that she gets kind of the money she earned in college. And yeah, then I'm going to send her back home to Riverblossom Hills. So I see Jules's former high school boyfriend, now one of her best friends, has arrived just by happenstance. Maybe he's here to congratulate her on graduating. He hasn't graduated yet. So Jules is going to finish her grilled cheese sandwich and then she's going to go greet him. Ooh. Jacob is doing a little ACR Be Charmed flirt. Oh no. Oh no, did she? Oh no. See, that's ACR. Completely unexpected. She has no ones currently relating to him. He just got a crush and fell in love with her. I think he's involved with someone else. Oh no, this is so complex. I did not expect this. I did not expect this at all. Oh my goodness. Well, we need to move back home. So I think we're going to say goodbye to Jacob for now. But oh my goodness. Is that not what I expected? Oh, geez. Sometimes Sims just have a mind of their own. Oh, Jules, what have you gotten yourself into? So with everything packed away, it's finally time for Jules to move back to Riverblossom Hills. Now that she's graduated, it's time to move back to the home neighborhood. We can move Jules to a new lot alone. Are you sure you want Jules to say goodbye to college life forever? There's always time to throw one last graduation shindig. No, Sims 2, she did not want to. She wanted to order other people to cook and clean. So we'll be moving back to Riverblossom Hills. Oh, she looks a little freaked out. Oh, she's becoming an adult. There she is. Very businessy look for Jules. Oh, and it's snowing. How elegant. And a llama in the background. One final llama. And David, being the nice guy he is still going to see her off, even though they really just met. And there she goes, getting into that taxi. Oh, bye, Jules. Oop. And now we are with David. Playing on his game. So we're going to leave David here. He's going to have his own rotation for this house when we come back to play in Sim State University, but we're going to catch up with Jules moving back home. All right, we're back in Riverblossom Hills, and we have Jules here ready to move back in with her dad and her half-sibling. She's returned, and now we're going to go into live mode. Whoa, so there are a lot of weeds in this yard. Okay, that's something someone's going to have to do. Maybe we'll hire a gardener. But I just wanted to give a quick tour of the house first. So this is the outside. This is a house from the lot bin that I just kind of remodeled, mostly on the inside. I think I kept the outside pretty much the same. And I will say the reason that they're in this house is their old house had some kind of, I think, corruption issue where the phone was like unanswerable. It was very weird. So I just moved them to this house. That was a while ago. I like this house. I think it's a better house than the other one, so I'm content with this. Maybe Gabe was trying to start his new life in a new house that his ex-wife had never lived in, so he moved into this one. I think it fits with the neighborhood. So here on the first floor, we have this kitchen, dining room area, and this little couch area. We've got this store baby thing, which James is now a toddler, so maybe we should get rid of that. Computer, bigger bathroom. I really like this little hutch over here. And we've got a hall in here with a little landing, and here's Gabe's room and a little Jack and Jill bathroom with James's nursery And on the landing we have an exercise bike and some toddler toys. And then up here is the third floor of the house where Jules is going to have her room. So I have, apparently at some point I placed one rug up here, but there is a small room up here and this whole landing. So I think Jules will hang out up here. She'll have her own bathroom, so that's a perk. So here is Gabe O'Mackey. He is an adult, kind of close to becoming an elder. He is a high school principal, level 7, and he works normal school days. He needs some more points to get his next promotion, and he does have a bronze talent badge in fishing. Forgot that happened. But he's a pretty skilled sim overall, and he actually has maximum body skill, and that's something he started doing once he moved into this house. This is why he has the exercise bike. He just got really into the body skill. His personality is he's very neat, shy, a little bit lazy, kind of serious, and somewhat nice. He's also very fit, again, all the time on the bike. And his bio, which Past Me, I guess, wrote in a very Maxis style. Gabe has moved on to a new chapter in his life, but is he isolating his daughter Jules? Which I guess will be the question of this household. I don't really play with interests again. And hobby enthusiasm, big in fitness because of this bike, but his one true hobby is actually film and lit. So we might do some stuff with that eventually if he has some wants related to it, but so far he hasn't. He also has a little bit of enthusiasm in cuisine and science. Memories-wise, he has all these memories of Jules graduating, like with a summa cum laude, maximizing his body skill, and he's in this relationship with a townie named Felicia, who I don't know where that will lead to. And he has 5 BFFs, so maybe we'll take the cue to go to his relationships panel real quick. So he has his son, James, and his daughter, Jules. He's friends with Trevor Goss, Betty Viejo, his brother, Jason Greenman. Those are all BFFs. He's also... Oh, I actually need to remove that. He's technically still in love with Patricia Wan, although that's not really a thing and she doesn't feel the same. I just haven't had her come over to cancel that with the Sim Blender, so we can ignore that. We'll do that quickly. He's also best friends forever with Morty Roth, with Leah McGregor, and with Rose Greenman. So he is quite friendly with everyone. He has lots of friends. He's close to being friends with Gilbert Jacquet. How do other people see this? Like, how French do you guys go with his name? I'm curious. He has 2 bolts with Samantha Ottomas and 2 bolts with Felicia, who I guess he made out with but doesn't really have a high relationship with. And as far as his turn-ons and turn-offs, his turn-ons are formal wear, black hair, and he's turned off by hats. Not a hat fan, which is kind of unfortunate. They live in a little bit of a colder climate. People wear some hats in Riverblossom Hills. So that's Gabe. He currently has a platinum aspiration level, and he wants to become education minister level 10. Right now he's at level 7 of that career, so I think we will focus on getting him to achieve that. And maybe once he does, he can retire and enjoy raising his son James for the rest of the time. He doesn't have any huge wants right now. He wants to see a ghost. He is a knowledge sim. And he wants to gain a skill point. He is a secondary family sim, so that's why he has all these wants about family. And he has his full knowledge thing. That's how he got abducted. And we do have one more point, probably from Jules graduating, or maybe from an age up from James or something, that we can choose to put somewhere. So I think we'll do that now because we're technically at the beginning of this round. I am going to play this household through fall, a full round, so I can get it kind of on the same page with the rest of the neighborhood. I haven't been playing strict rounds, but I want to start getting a little more specific with it, so I think we're going to just play out this season. Do we think social would be more helpful? I think the fun would be more helpful, so he's going to go for that. Now, on to little toddler James. He is an alien baby. Oh, let me go to him. Let's see his face. He's in a tux. Is that a tux? Right now he's not. Let me give us a better look here. Okay, he's really an alien kid, isn't he? He does have platinum aspiration. He wants to grow up well, but he also wants to get potty trained, and because this has more points attached to it, I locked that one in. Oh, he has a little bladder need. That's why he's having some issues. Oh no. His main relationship is just with his dad. He doesn't really know many other people besides a nanny who came once, and for some reason he knows Samantha Ottomas. And his sister Jules, who he doesn't really know. And he has 3 points in logic and 1 in creativity, so he's getting a head start. His personality is pretty wild, gonna be real. He is neat, shy, active, serious, and mostly nice. So he is a pretty intense personality. Hobby enthusiasm, no enthusiasm in anything, but his one true hobby is science. And as far as memories go, he's learned to talk and to walk from Gabe. All right, and let's go back to Jules. We know her deal, but let's see. I want to give her a new outfit for sure. And I do want to give her her other point here. I think it would be really cool for her to be able to impart knowledge, especially if she's going to be here while James is a kid, so I think she can impart knowledge to him. But maybe we should actually give her her secondary aspiration. So she is a knowledge sim, but she used to be a popularity sim. And in my mind, that means that she probably is still a little bit of a popularity sim. I don't think her personality would change so radically that she's now like a romance sim. She's definitely not a romance sim or a fortune sim or a pleasure sim. Probably not grilled cheese, so I could see her going that way. Could see her maybe being a family aspiration, but I think popularity makes sense for her. She is kind of a high achiever. She wants to, do important things and important work. And I think popularity is going to be her secondary aspiration. I do want to read her bio that I had when she was at university. Jules is one tough cookie. She's whip smart and ready to take on Sim State, graduated at the top of her class, and get on with her life already. So I think that describes Jules' time at Sim State, but we are writing the next chapter of that story for Jules. So her wants right now, she still wants to reach creativity level 9, and she wants to get a job in the science career. Her original bio does mention she wants to be a journalist. So I always kind of envisioned that career for her, even though she wants to get a job in the science career. And while I do play somewhat wants-based, if, my Sims will have wants for jobs in various fields, and I don't always do exactly that or exactly what their lifetime want is. So we have Jules's room here. She's got this little room with a lot of her college stuff, and then her desk and her synth guy out here. Jules is actually currently taking little baby James here to get washed off after his bladder need went fully down. So she's already being such a nice big sister, but maybe she'll feel a little stifled now, partially taking care of James too. Now we're just going to plan Jules' outfit. I bought a lot of options for some of these, so hopefully we should have some fun figuring out what Jules should wear. We might give her a shorter hairstyle because she's kind of grown up and not so much a student anymore. I think this would be a really good look for her. And for formal, I don't know if Jules is getting married at some point in the future, but it's always good to be prepared with a good formal dress. So I bought this for her, but I think her actual formal dress is either going to be this guy, or I think even this one kind of suits her more, I think. Yeah, that seems good to me. And I think we can let her keep these pajamas that she defaulted into. I love those strawberries on that top. For swimwear, I thought Jules would be a bit of a tankini person. Oh, we can really see her fitness here. That six-pack. And I think she would maybe go for yellow. It's kind of an interesting color for a swimsuit. And they defaulted her into these granny panties, so we're going to give her just some normal black underwear. And for outdoors, I think in Riverblossom Hills, as long as she's here, she's going to spend some time outdoors in her outdoor wear. We do have this look, but I think she might be better suited for this kind of thing. We're going to have Jules come over here and gussy up with a new appearance. We're going to get a new hairstyle for her and maybe some new glasses. I think her makeup suits her pretty well, but we'll check for something that might suit her better. Here's Jules with her more grown-up, I think, hairstyle. I think it's pretty cute on her. And her nice dress, and she's ready to start her life as an adult. All right, so Jules is jamming out on those synths. And I just re-rolled her lifetime want to become media magnate, which is the top of the journalism career. And I realized that Patricia Wan, her father's ex-girlfriend, is actually currently media magnate. That's her thing. So it's kind of interesting that Jules had this weird antagonistic relationship with her and now actually has 2 bolts with her. If we find her in the relationship panel one day. Oh, there she is. Oh, we don't have the bolts anymore. It was there in the earlier part of this. So that's interesting. I hadn't really connected those 2 things before, but maybe Patricia could kind of become a positive influence or a mentor for Jules, especially since her own mom is still estranged. Jules and her dad are sitting down to a very early breakfast. Very early risers in this family. And I think it's kind of sweet. They're catching up after Jules coming back from college. What is that noise? That was wild. Did you hear that? Oh, good. Turns out we do have a gardener. Thank you, Patrick Miller, who will hopefully deal with all of these things. Oh, the yard looks gross. So we've got Jules here, and she's going to the computer to try to find a job in the journalism career so she can eventually achieve that lifetime want. Paranormal. She could be a level 7 paranormal career. I know she doesn't necessarily want this job, but I think if she doesn't find one in journalism right now, she should do this because this is wild. No more jobs available. I think we're going to have her take that level 7 job. So she's going to work in the paranormal for a second. Not exactly what you would think Jules O'Mackey would do, but hey, she wants to start her life. She wants to get out of this house. She needs a job. So Jules is helping James get his wish of getting potty trained before he grows up. So hopefully that works out. I had her make him some smart milk, so hopefully he fills that skill bar right now. Oh, almost. I don't think he quite did it. All right, that's all the toddler skills for James. That's so exciting. Yes, Jules is so pumped. What a supportive big sister. She's so excited for him. This is so fun. I seriously think this music is like my favorite music that Sims play. It's so great. Jules is rocking out. I love it. I think this family is just so sweet. I don't know why I love them so much, but they've always been one of my favorites, and I just think this is so sweet. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay. So I totally mistimed things. I thought it was today that James was going to become a child, but I was wrong. Thank goodness we got his toddler skills, and he actually just leveled up in logic, but oh my god. James is a child now. Let's get a look at him. Okay, hard to get a look at him. Oh, he's so tired. Oh no. I was not prepared. I wanted to throw him a party. This is all my fault, James. I'm so sorry. All right. Okay. Well, let's get him a bed so he can sleep, the poor thing. All right, I think James has like the coolest room at this point. He's got this bed with all these fairy lights, a nice bookshelf. He's very studious, an ant farm, his old toy chest, and this desk here with this cool light. I think it's pretty cool. I think it'll also be cool for him when he turns into a teen. Here's the room from another angle, and I like to keep his little toy chest because even though he's growing up, he still has the same toy chest, and it's nice to kind of hold on to some things. So that's his room. I'm pretty excited about it. But he needs to sleep immediately. So James has woken up and I'm looking at his wants and he wants to make a friend. He also wants to get an A+ report card. I've locked that one in. But he only is friends with his dad right now. He's not quite friends with Jules even. But I think we should venture out and see if James can meet some of the other kids. It looks like he's walking on nothing there. That's scary. So we're going to go on a little all-family outing. The whole O'Mackey clan is heading to the community center, outdoor park in Riverblossom Hills. Oh no, James is hungry. Ah! What a terrible time to get that notification. I think there's not going to be anything to eat there. I think I might have to cheat his hunger up. Is that bad? Oh my gosh. Jules was just swooning about Peter Ottomas. What a weird thing to do. She actually just met Brittany Upsnot here, who was at Sim State with her, and I thought they had probably met, but I guess they never had. I mean, so it goes. But that is interesting. And it looks like Peter Ottomas is joining Jules and James and this townie named Christopher to eat some hot dogs that Gabe cooked up. Ooh, should she steal a bite of his food? I don't know if this feels a little dangerous, but I kind of want to do it. She could get herself into all sorts of trouble. Oh, he did not like that. Yep, okay, my instinct was wrong. Or good, because I had doubts about it. Oh my gosh, James is so nice. He's clearing up the plates. This is super cute. James and Jules are chilling out, hanging out on the floor of this little sort of cabinet area next to some dirty plates. And hopefully we can get their friendship up so James can make a friend. It's late. I think all of them are going to go back home now. Oh, an evil witch has showed up. Oh my gosh. James finally made friends with Jules. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So it looks like we're wrapping up. 2 days left in fall, I guess. Today and tomorrow, probably. So we're wrapping up our time with the O'Mackeys. I'm glad we got that. Hopefully, maybe we can get an A+ report card. Oh, what is up with this guy? Oh no, this is not appropriate. Hello. So since James aged up, I forgot to give him some lifetime aspiration benefits. And he has 5 points to spend. So he has these 3, so we have 2 left over for when he ages up, and we can decide more things to do with either his aspiration or his secondary aspiration. I was like, what are those weird noises? I thought it might be a TV on. But no, it's just Jules in the attic. So it's James's very first day of school today. He'll come home with some homework and hopefully it won't be an issue to get that done so he can work towards that A+ report card. And we're also waiting for Gabe because of course he also works at the school. Although I think he's a high school principal. So not exactly the same as James's school, but it's still probably a little bit awkward if your dad is the principal of the high school. All right, Gabe is becoming increasingly worried students falling asleep during class. Teachers can barely teach the students anything. Morale's at an all-time low, blah, blah, blah. Cool the school to near freezing temperatures, making it impossible to fall asleep, or arm every teacher with a personal bullhorn to wake drowsy students. Both choices are extreme, though desperate times call for desperate measures. Which plan should Gabe implement? Oh my gosh, I think let's go bullhorns for all. Oh no, wait, Gabe is forced to admit failure. The classrooms are once again filled with snoring. To help recover the cost of bullhorns and ear treatment for the students, Gabe is forced to pay that many simoleons. I just looked at the end so I would know what would happen. And I thought he was getting that many simoleons. Okay, but at least he didn't get demoted. We can take that hit. We can take that hit. Oh my gosh, it's Jules's first day. Gabe got promoted to college senior professor. Very exciting. But Jules has this crazy chance card. Mayor's child has been kidnapped and a hefty ransom has been demanded. Last effort to avoid having to pay off the criminals the police have called in Jules. Interesting. Using her gifts, Jules sees both that the child is being held in a warehouse across town and that the police chief himself is actually behind the crime. Should Jules focus first on finding the child, or should Jules accuse the chief of the crime? I think she should rescue the child. I think that's a very Jules move. On Jules' information, the police quickly break into the warehouse and find the child. And seizing the moment, Jules accuses the police chief of the crime. The chief protests but is taken into custody when one of the captured kidnappers fingers him as the ringleader. After having his child returned, the mayor gratefully uses his influence to have Jules promoted to UFO investigator. Okay, she was out of her depth in this job, and now she just got a promotion. Maybe this is a secret calling for Jules. So James O'Mackey got the wish, James O'Mackey, as if they don't all have the same last name. James got a wish to be helped with his homework, so Gabe helped him out. I think the principal is a pretty good person to help you out, so hopefully James is happy. No, oh my gosh, he didn't. I bet because James offered instead. Ugh, we'll have to do it the other way tomorrow. I'm gonna have Jules search one more time for a career in journalism tomorrow, or else we'll have to wait till the next rotation. And I might make a career center by then, which sometimes I do with a job board so they can get whatever job. But since I don't have that yet, I'm just gonna wait out the end of this cycle. All right, it has just turned to winter, if you can hear me over Jules' synthesizer. And that's gonna trigger us to end the round. She could not find a job today on the computer, and the bills just got dropped off, so I'm gonna have Jules pay the bills, and then we'll end the round. Thanks for sticking around for the O'Mackey household. I don't remember off the top of my head who's in the next rotation, but please leave a like or comment if you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed making these, but they're pretty time intensive, so I really love to hear when people enjoy them. I also want to know how your Riverblossom Hills went. Please tell me what you do with these Sims. If you ever play them, I think it's a super underrated neighborhood. So thank you for joining me on this Let's Play journey.